What's up everyone? I'm Brian, and today we're going to be talking about the MILESTAR Patagonia MT02 tires. I have them in a 38 by 13.5 R17 profile. They are right here, and they replaced some Mickey Thompson Baja Pros in the exact same profile, 38 by 13.5 R17. If you've seen my other videos, you know I had to get rid of the Mickey Thompsons because on the highway going 60 to 70 miles an hour, they basically just howled. 60 miles an hour, we're starting to get definitely some droning in the cabin. Decibel meter still right around 80. The only thing you could hear was the tire, and I have a 4-month-old daughter, so in swapping the tires for better or worse, my number one priority, number one criteria was getting the quietest tire possible. Now, in addition to that, I really wanted to keep the profile. I really wanted to keep a 38 by 13.5, and that really narrows down the options. I could have gone with a Nito Ridge Grappler, which is a 38 by 12.5, but again, the cost on that, if you saw my other videos, was about double. So this tire ran $324 at my local America's Tire. After a whole ordeal with bead locks, I actually just went back and had them mount these to the regular rims. And cut to the chase, I will tell you, these are the quietest mud tires that you can possibly buy. And that's not to say there isn't anything else out there as quiet, but at 70 miles an hour on the highway, you cannot hear these at all. And that silence is golden. It is music to my ears, it is music to my wife's ears, it is music to my baby's ears. So I am ecstatic with these tires for daily use. In addition to that, there is a huge benefit. I was getting probably about 12.5 miles to the gallon with the previous tires, according to the car computer. Now, I don't know how accurate that is, but in relative terms, that tire was not getting out of 6th gear. With this new tire, the car is getting into 7th gear at the same speeds, and I am getting 17.5 miles to the gallon. That's a whole whopping 5 miles a gallon more just running these tires. And I can totally see why, because even just pushing both tires around unmounted flat on level ground, there is a lot more inertia and friction pushing around the Mickey Thompsons than there are with these. Now, of course, that is probably a fantastic mud tire. It literally sits upright. These would fall over. I pushed them up a shed in my backyard, up multiple steps, and they just rolled right up. There was no slip back or anything. I am sure they perform great off-road, but these tires for my purpose are incredible so far. I haven't had a chance to wheel with them yet, but I do want to talk about the design and why I think it's really clever, why I gave this tire a shot, and why it is so quiet on the road. So if you look at the tread pattern behind me, the Mickey Thompson tire and a lot of other mud tires are basically flat, and that's part of why they can stand upright on their own. This one is actually ballooned in the center, so it's taller in the center than on the sides. And if you look at the tread pattern, the center actually has really narrow gaps between the tread, and that's actually where noise comes from. With the Mickey Thompsons, when I went to a local off-road shop, the first thing the owner said to me is, "You must be a glutton for punishment," and he explained to me that large gaps between the tread is where the noise on the road comes from. So you can see with the tread in the center, there's very small gaps in between the tread. That helps to keep the noise down. When you're aired up to 36 PSI for on-road purposes, you're riding on that center tread and it stays quiet. When you go off-road, you can air down, you now open the tread up, flatten it out, and you get to take advantage of the mud tread properties on the edges of the tire. I think it's a very clever piece of engineering. In practice, the quiet element on the road absolutely 100% works. So thus far, I am incredibly satisfied with these tires. I would highly recommend them if you want to use them for daily driving. Again, the off-road piece of this puzzle remains to be seen. So that's all I've got for this one. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next one soon.